Okay then guys, we're doing the 142A from Halesowen to Merry Hill via Stourbridge. And we're just leaving Halesowen bus station, and this route was the replacement in part of the 28 route and also in part of the old 298 and 299 through part of Lye. And I hope you enjoy the journey. So we are just coming out of Halesowen bus station, and we're taking the run through Haley Green. And if you remember, the original 142 used to come this route, but that was when they did it on Sundays and night times, and also way before Central Buses gained the contract on the service. So there's the Lidl in Halesowen, and we are travelling on a 125 branded street light. As you know, the Stourbridge routes are tended to be worked by street lights and also ADL Enviro 200s for the Kidderminster operation, as Tibberdale are using vehicles such as Plaxton Centros and Pulsars, and also Mellors, and I've also put Mellors on, and also Optare Solos. So here we are, coming towards Haley Green Way on the 142A. So we are following in part of the 192, which is the Halesowen to Kidderminster. And then the 192 is going to carry on straight to head towards, to head down towards Kidderminster via West Hagley. While the 142A will turn off to serve the part of the Haley Green estate where we were earlier on the NXWM4H. So it's good to see that Diamond are back on part of the old 28. Also on the Stourbridge end, we will be following what was the 28 as part of the Fatherless barn, and then we'd follow most the old 142 to Stourbridge, and then after following most of the old 142, well, in part to Stourbridge, we'll then join onto part of the old 298 and 299, which was the old Stourbridge circular route, and then instead of going through New Farm, we'd then join up onto the 28 that will take us into Stourbridge, then reverse, and then go on to the New Farm estate to then join the full part of the old 28 all the way to Merry Hill, which used to be known as the 287. As you know, Diamond did that at the time, and that was one of my favourite routes, the 287. The Stourbridge to Merry Hill, that was a really good route. And NX took it over in 2018, and they renumbered it to the 28. And now Diamond's come back to the route, and now they've added it onto the 142. And when NX did it, they also added it with the old 14 service that used to run from Barn-Lye Hill to the Fatherless barn. And that route has had loads of parts cut off, which included Barn-Lye Street. So you had Barn-Lye Street cut off. Dunsbank was cut off from the route, also because due to the fact you got the 13 that's going through Dunsbank. And also Cradley Heath interchange remained, but now that's lost a link to Stourbridge. So there's no link to Cradley Heath interchange by bus and Stourbridge, it's only the train. But however, that is served by other routes. And part of Cradley has still got the 17H serving the area, but however, the West Midlands Hospital, which is just located at the top of the hill that goes down towards Belle Vale, where just before the 142 turns off, which I'll touch on in a minute. That is no longer served by any bus route at all now, and that was the old 20, and that was the old 14, and now that area now remains isolated, meaning there's no more buses coming down that road ever again. Which is a shame, to be honest, but however, it's probably due to the low patronage. It's a bit like the number 12 that used to run from Blackheath to Cradley Heath. That route stopped operating in 2018, and the route itself, nothing has replaced it. It's just sitting there doing nothing. No bus coming down that road ever again. There's quite a lot of routes that are abandoned now, like the old 282 that went from Gornal Wood to Merry Hill. That's now gone. So that means there's no more service on the 282, but however it is served by other routes, but however most of the estates remain isolated. And it is a shame that loads of services had remained isolated. And also, as you know, there was a lot of bus cuts that's happened last year, as passenger numbers haven't picked up due to obvious reasons. And also, certain services have decided to be integrated onto other services. It's like the 28, that got integrated with the 142 and they renumbered it to the 142. The 11A used to run Walsall to Merry Hill through Dudley, only goes to Dudley now because the 25 has replaced that as a new Dudley to Stourbridge through Merry Hill. So now you've got a diamond bus connecting Dudley, Stourbridge through Merry Hill alongside NXWM on the 7 and the 8, but however going different routes. So it is great now that Diamond's competing with NX on those corridors. Well, on the Dudley to Stourbridge through Merry Hill. And that is brilliant, to be honest, because before you only had NXWM going Merry Hill, Dudley and Stourbridge, but now you've got Diamond, and I'm so happy that Diamond is doing that. Even though Diamond used to do the 17A on nights, but it's good to have it for the long haul on a daytime now. So anyway, we now joined up with the original 142 route, the one we knew before. When we first knew it, when it was Central Buses, because Central Buses used to do the 142, just way before Diamond, and Diamond did it way before Central Buses. But when Central Buses took it over, they improved the service to provide a fast and direct route into Halesowen. So it basically followed the 17, which is now today 17H. Which is now the 17H. And that route is now worked by Mellors. So far it's been worked by Mellor-Stratters. Before, when it was just the 17, it used Optare Solos, ADL Enviro 200s. Alongside the Mellor-Stratters, but however it's Mellors only at present. But however it is good to have Mellors on that route, also due to the fact so it's a lot more profitable for a Mellor rather than having Optare Solos on routes like that, because Optare Solos can just go on any route where they're needed. A bit like the Ideal Enviro 200s, the smaller type ones. So anyway, here we go. So we've just gone past that junction where the link to the West Midlands Hospital was located from what was from where that 28 route used to go along to go towards Cradley Heath, and now, as you know, that area remains isolated and is no longer served by any bus route at all. So that means there's no more bus route coming across there ever again. So anyway, this is now the original 142 as far as part of Wynot, and then we're going to go down onto Brook Holloway. So we'll then go down onto Brook Holloway, from where we'll be following the old 298 and 299 run. The old Stourbridge circulars, if you remember those routes. And they were operated by both Diamond Bus and Hanson's buses. And also Arriva. Don't forget Arriva used to do it as well. So those routes were withdrawn at the end of 2022. And so that means the 142I doesn't serve any of the route apart from Brook Holloway. It doesn't even go to Mary Stevens Park, because that's where the 88 goes, which I did a few weeks back. I'm going to do the 88 again, this time to serve the actual route, because I know we were diverted via part of the number 7 route, if you haven't seen the video yet. And I am going to do another version of the 142A, because as you know, at the time of filming there was mist around, so there was a lot of mist. So that meant we couldn't get much of a good view of surroundings. But it was a bit like with the 242 when there was like poor quality because of the rain. But I am going to do another version of the 142A very soon, so please stay tuned for that, guys, here on Joe's Bus Train Plane Lift Adventures. As you know, there had been mist before on loads of my other videos, especially on the 202 and the 318 back in 2017, when you couldn't get a good view of Birmingham because it was all misty. So we're now coming to the turn off where we're going to turn to the left, and we are going to then proceed towards Stourbridge, where we're going to go via Brook Holloway. So we're going to go via Brook Holloway, and that is going to take us down to Stourbridge. And then after that, we'll then continue towards Merry Hill. So we're going to continue towards the Merry Hill. And then after the Merry Hill, we're then going to go after the Merry Hill, we're going to finish at Merry Hill. So I do apologise for me saying after Merry Hill. When we get to Merry Hill, that is where the journey will finish. So we'll finish the journey at Merry Hill. So continue to enjoy the video. Okay then, guys. Here we go. Now, as you probably know, you wouldn't get a good view on today's video because you'd see Dudley in the background, but apparently it was covered in mist. But I am going to do another version of the 142A very soon. So please keep your eyes peeled for that. So we're on our way towards... So we're just en route now towards Stourbridge. We're going to go down Brook Holloway in a minute. And we're at 970 subscribers. So that is brilliant. 970. So please keep your eyes peeled for more and more videos. And so I'm just going to give you the update. So we are doing really well with subscribers. So please keep watching, guys. Joe's Bus Train Plane Lift Adventures, the best YouTube channel that you can name of all time. So anyway, here we go. We're going down. So it's really good now that there's actually the 142A goes straight down this hill. Because before, when it was just the 142, it used to turn left at the junction to serve its actual route. But now there's a route that goes straight down this hill to go towards Brook Holloway. So we're going down to Brook Holloway on the 142A, and then so this is the section what was covered by the former 298 and 299 services. So this was covered by the old 298 and 299. So the 298 and 299, they run every hour. They interwork with each other, so they use the one bus, so it was interworked together. So this is Brook Holloway, so we're going to go across the Springfield now. So we're going to go across Springfield area, not Springfield in Dudley, Springfield in Stourbridge. And so we've just gone past the Ludge Bridge Brook, whatever that's called. But I know it's the Ludge Bridge Brook. And we're then going to turn to serve part of Lye. It is a shame that Diamond no longer serve Lye High Street now. It's only NXWM on the 7 and the 9. Because the 298 and 299 serve Lye itself, but it's only NXWM serving Lye now, which is the 7 and the 9. Because when it was because the 298 and 299 went into Lye. So now it's only NXWM serving Lye. So once again, guys, hope you're all doing good. And we are going to upload more and more videos very soon, of course. So keep watching, guys, here on Joe's Bus Train Plane Lift Adventures. More videos are coming on the channel very soon, so please keep your eyes peeled for that. So next we're going to head to go past the garages, which are located on the new farm. The Peugeot garage, well, was once the Peugeot garage. So there was a Peugeot garage at one time. I think it's still there. And then, of course, you got the Volvo garage, which used to be at one time the old Citroen garage. If you remember the Citroen and Mazda garage. And also the Jaguar garage. And then we're going to go past the Hadcroft pub to take us into Stourbridge.